はい、YouTube のご覧の皆様、こんばんは、ヨーグルトでございます。さあ、Call of Cthulhu、パート4ですね。はい、やっていきましょう。無事に、収容所が脱出できた、ピアースなんですけれども、はい、今度はですね、サンダースの、奥さんですね、アイリーンのお家にて、ちょっと情報を聞き出せるか、行きましょう。出る。さあ、サンダース邸ですね。ピアース・コールデン・ブラッドリーの3人は組んでサラ・ホーキンス事件を解決することにした。彼らは新たな道筋を掴んでいる。美術品収集家であり、画家の友人であり、ピアースの目の前で死んだフランシス・サンダースである。この不幸な男が自然に口にした、空気について、つまり聞くため、探偵が家に向かうと。狂気に陥りましょ
う。What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well.
またキャットですね。
You know each other. Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me. You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later. Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
さあ、失礼にないように、事情を聴取しましょう。
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday. I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings.
ジェラシーですね。
Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
私の目の前だった咲きみながなくなりました。
We had a short conversation and then I left. I don't know what happened after that.
Oh, I see. Mr. Pierce, you must forgive my audaciousness. But I've had practice of life in high society for over 30 years. Reading one's interlocutors, recognizing the politeness of a lie, are things that are taught very early to young girls from a good family. But your lie has nothing polite about it. It is crass, insulting, and dare I say, terribly suspicious.
Nani?
Try to understand my position. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute. And right before your eyes. Did you not do anything to help him?
どうしようか。じゃあ、フラーが本当に研究なんです。慎重さします。
So ask Fuller, he's the eminent doctor. But I would caution you, you'll find his treatments more terrifying than the illnesses he sets out to cure.
That churl no longer takes the trouble to receive me. He sends his secretary to tell me that I cannot see Francis. Me. His own widow. He must think that I am a terrible wife for having abandoned him in such a way. But I only wanted what was best for him.
I'm not here to condemn you, Mrs. Sanders.
Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can't imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Oh. Ara.
Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it?
なんかソードがありますね。で、結界がある。結界というか。よっしゃ、オカルト適当に引いたら当たった。
Did she really care for him after all?
ご逝去された、ご主人様のご遺体をお求めのお手紙を、拝領いたしました。誠に遺憾ながら、ご遺体をお返しすることはできかねますと。まあ、あんな死に方されてね。
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
いやもう、なんかもう、サラさんも、はーって顔してる。なんか、できるみたいですね。ちょっと待ってよ。いいよ。
Frances Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
ビジネス仲間って感じだね。
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally. What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
絵をどうしても譲ってほしいと、さらに交渉してますね。これかな？
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
はーって顔してますね。
Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins? She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel?
フランシー・サンダースですね。まだあるの？これか。いやー、
The
すご
Shambler.
い。
I need to see it.
それではその絵を見に行きましょうか。OK、医学月中。あ、すごいね。
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
じゃあ聞いてみましょうか。その前に、開いてないか。家宅捜索しましょうか。何かがあるかもしれない。何かがないかもしれない。ちょっとポイント見ていい？今のところ 5P か。はいはいはい。話術。はい。プロにして、オカルト、OK。話術マックスまで開きましょうか。まだまだ話は続きますから、皆さんお楽しみください。この奥にあれかな？じゃあその前に、これ聞きましょうか。せーの。
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes. I can't take any more. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
買ったことを後悔してますね。さあ、何があるんでしょうか、あの絵には。
A strange Amerindian pendant.
さあ、オカルトゲッチュー。
I could use one of those. Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
最終的にただ譲ったんだ。相当欲しかったみたい
An
な、ね。
old diary.
なるほど。開けれる？開けれた。さあ、新しいサンダース画廊の、鍵ですね。来た！医学月中！話しかける？こいつ。本読むべきか。読むべきでしょう。運命を左右します。マレウス・ベールス・ティアルム。怪物じみた正体不明の生物の百科事典的なもの、実在するような気がしてきた。気持ち悪い。オカルト進捗。
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
海底のために絵を買った。
Another painting by Sarah Hawkins. One connected to the horrors I've discovered on this island.
What a surprise. I'm listening.
All's fair in love and war, I suppose.
何？
Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder. Go take a hike, Detective.
仲良くなれそうですね。さあ、上げていきましょう。わーお。はい、こっからですね、ボス戦が始まります。
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
でけえ。すごいな。相当なコレクターですね。ちょっと一瞬見ましょうか。軽くね。もうボス戦始まったから見るあれもないから暇ないからね。うわ、すごい。すごいな。わあ、いくらするんだろうね、1個。てか、全部サラ・ホーキンスが描いたやつかな、絵って。おお。なんか、ガッシュベルに出てきそうなあれだね。
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
すごいね。これはガチモノコレクターですね。さあ、それでは皆さん、今からボス戦が始まります。はい、サラ・ホーキンスの才能に、どこを呼ばないサンダースが、描いた担当ですね。はい、皆さん、この剣しっかり覚えておいてください。これが、ボスを倒す手がかりとなります。いいですか、皆さん。始めますよ。ご飯食べてる方、今止めた方がいいです。行きましょう。後ろ後ろ。 サムネ。サムネサムネ。
What the hell was that?
さあ、見つからずに行きましょう。今奥にいますね。はい、皆さん、先ほどのね、絵覚えてますか？もう一回見てみましょうか。はい。これ。これですね。この剣を探します。で明かりをつけると敵にバレちゃうので、はい、明かりはつけません。で、外に出たいんだけれども、はい、変な魔力がかかってます。
I can't even touch it.
で、これ一回捕まったら終わりです。なので逃げましょう。ちょっと待って、見えねえ。で、ランプはここで回復。これじゃない。これでもない。これでもない。あっちの部屋にある。あいつこっち一回移動するか。誘導して、剣を探しましょう。これでもない。これでもない。似てるけどね。これだ。
Damn. This dagger.
これを持ってあの絵を破ります。来たねー。おらプレイ。
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
I ran, screamed, broke a pane of glass. You were in the next room and you didn't hear a thing.
If I hadn't heard a thing, I'd still be in the other room. The door was blocked. I got in as soon as I could. I like to look after my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I've still got things to settle with Irene.
さあ、無事に ボスというか、あれが、サンドラと呼ばれる怪物ですね。なんと、キャットには見えなかったみたいですね。主人公には見える。なんとも狂気じみた感じですね。さあ、ガラスが割れてますね。さあ、骨董品屋ですね。調べていきましょう。
Where's the bookseller? Freud's The Interpretation
来
of
た、映
Dreams.
学月中。
It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
この緑は何？隠しアイテムではなさそう。では、一通り見ていきましょうか。
An old diary.
はい。牧師の日記ですね。特に読みません。読んだ方がいいのかな？わかんない。一通り見ていこうか。ダークウォーター、歴史第4巻。さあ、明かりをつけていきましょうかね、じゃあ。ダークウォーター第2巻ですね。全巻揃っちゃうんじゃないの？
The Book of Zion is the foundational work
John,
behind
sure.
Helena Blavatsky's theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
オカルト月中。医学月中。さあ、ちょっと待って、ポイント見ていい？今。2P で、結構分かってるね。オカルトもう少しでいけんじゃない？はい。で、はい、なるほどね。もう少しポイント貯めましょうか。いやー、経験値上がるね。いいよ。医学月中。本読むべきですか？読みましょう。
What does this strange book contain? This book contains
こ
unholy
れさっきのボ
knowledge.
スですね。聞いたことの生物を目録にして分類しているコレクション。星から来た神々、次元間を、行き来できる生物。神話の動物、なんだこれ。対する参考とするものと指している神話に関する小述がない。ページは無限の図で、覆われていると。オカルト月中。さあ、ある程度集めたかな？とりあえず、じゃあ次は別の部屋を探しに行きましょうか。とりあえずなさそうだね。OK。
What happened here?
さあ、ここでもう一回推理をしましょう。
Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seems like amateur work.
さあ、窓を割って鍵をカチャリコ。カチャリコカチャリコってどういう擬音だはい。で、
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably.
侵入したの男性ですね。
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
これなんだろう。はい。推理していくよ。
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene?
なるほど。
What killed all these animals?
生き物じゃ殺しないって何でなんだ？謎ですね。はい。
What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
開けられないです。
What the? Charles Hawkins?
チャールズ・ホーキンチャールズ・ホーキンさん、こっち来てますね。
Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. Where did I see it?
サラ・ホーキンスと、こいつはこの本屋の店主ですね。
What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess?
なるほど。
Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
なるほど。
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
はい、金庫のダイヤルのヒントが隠されています、この文章に。はい。はい、途中から読みましょうか。はい、これを読んでいる者がいて、私ほどの、機敏さを示すことができたならば、私の最も貴重な所有物を手にするが良い金庫の中だ。鍵番号の手がかりは、3本シリンダーにあると。はい、ということですね。3本シリンダー。シリンダーを探しに行きましょうか。医学月中。
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills? What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
ルルイエですね。よくわかんないんで、無視。さあ、ということで、そのシリンダー、ね、鍵の番号を隠されているだろうシリンダーを探しに行きましょう。まあ、知ってるんだけどね。ここです。はい。
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
はい。で、シリンダーをここで聞きます。1のシリンダー聞こっか、じゃあ。はいよ。赤い水滴はまるで尊い石のようにじっとしていて見事な金です。なるほど。じゃあシリンダー2個聞きましょう。チェッカー版のコマでしかないということね。暗闇の基地から白い城を守っていれば我々の仲間がまた戦うようにしなければならない。
And my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
はい、3個。
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the
ア
works
ーカ
of
ム出
Arkham
版の
editions that you
アン
sent
ソロ
me.
ジーの本、
Volume 9,
第
Azathoth
9
and other
巻、
horrors,
アザトー
seems
スト、
particularly
アザ
relevant
トー
to
ス
my
トホラ
research.
ー。
I never tire of browsing through them.
はい、ということですね。金庫の番号全部3つあります。はい。で、1個目は赤い水滴と言っていましたよね。で、2個目はチェス盤のコマ。で、3つ目は、なんだ、アストロイなんとかの本の第9巻ですね。はい。で、まず赤い水滴はこれのことで
The
す。
chalice of knowledge.
赤い水滴はこのルビーのことですね。ここから数えていきましょうか。1、2、3、4、5。はい。赤い水滴は5個あります。皆さん、5です。覚えてください。次はチェス盤コマですね。
Queen has little protection.
はい。で、クイーンが守っているポーンの数が3体ですね。で、5、3です。で、5、3、9です。はい、行きましょう。はい。間違えた。5、3、9、どうよ。あ、来ましたね。でけえ本だな。サムネ。
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Very well. I'll examine him.
またね、また、主人公ではなく、今度はマリー先生になってますね。
Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body. 30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky.
もうボロボロじゃねえ
So,
か。
Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
うーん。
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
あなたは彼をモンスターに変えてしまったんですよ。
I've seen suction cups on his fingers, his falling body temperature, his dehydration. Had I only read the report, you know what I would have concluded, Doctor.
Do I? Tell me anyway. I'm curious.
He's no longer human. These are the attributes of an animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep mum.
さあ、ということで、さあ、本開いたら、閉じのね、こんな病院、そして視点はマリー先生ですね。はい、ここからね、フラー先生は何をしているのか、そのカルテが必要ですね。はい、ということで探していきたいんですけれども、今回はここまでにしたいと思います。ではまた、パート5でお会いしましょう。さようなら。